You said that we are losing a generation right before our eyes. What's your reaction to seeing and witnessing these images firsthand?
Yeah, I mean, Gaza is a disaster, and it's the main impact it's having is on children and on the healthcare workers themselves, as far as I can tell. Um, it's heartbreaking to see. There's no doubt about that. But even worse for me, like you said, I'm an American, is knowing that my own government is paying for it and funding it in plenty of ways, not just money, and that we could stop it anytime we want to, but we're keeping it going.
You spend a good part of March and April there in Gaza. Can you give us a sense? I mean, we see the videos here, people obviously hungry. What sticks with you? What keeps you up at night from what you saw?
Um, a few things. I mean, one thing I'll tell you: on March 18th, that's when the widespread bombing of Gaza resumed, and that was the biggest mass casualty event I've ever seen in my life. The guy who ran it is a surgeon, a Palestinian surgeon named Khaled. So he stood at the front of the hospital, decided who's going to come in, who's going to go directly to the morgue, things like that. He found out 45 minutes into it that the woman that he was supposed to get engaged to that day, her father had been killed. He put his hand on his chest, said a prayer for like 3 seconds, and then continued working for another 12 or 13 hours straight. Because he had no choice. He's dedicated to his patients, and he said, well, he's gone. There's nothing I can do. And these are common stories. Just recently, the story of Dr. Al-Najjar, who received 9 of her children dead. Now, can you imagine? She has 10 children, receiving 9 of them dead, all at the same time. The personal trauma, the societal trauma, it's immense. And yeah, so those are because I know the healthcare workers best. That's really what I remember in terms of emotions and seeing it.
And speaking of the healthcare workers, what kind of condition are the hospitals in?
Nasser Medical Complex, where I was, is certainly the best off hospital in Gaza right now, and it's a total disaster. Electricity is inconsistent. They do still have, and like when I was there, I still had the ability to stop people from bleeding to death. That's my main job as a trauma surgeon. But the ability to do any reconstructive work, in other words, the ability to really put people back together after you stop them from bleeding to death is minimal at best. And when you're talking about reconstructing children, reconstructing their limbs, dealing with traumatic brain injuries, dealing with spinal injuries that they have, you need specialized equipment. Now, this equipment's available in any third world country. It's not like it's only available in New York and Boston, but it's not available in Gaza.
Certainly, these are dark days. Is there anything, having witnessed what you've seen, that gives you hope?
I mean, the dedication of the Palestinian healthcare workers, the dedication of parents who just want to feed their kids, you pointed out that people stormed a World Food Program warehouse. Well, they did that to feed their children. They're not barbarians. They're not thieves. They don't want to. They can't bear to watch their kids suffer like this. They can't bear to watch their grandparents suffer. And so they're trying to take care of them, but there's a limit to what human beings can actually endure, and I think we should stop pushing them to that limit.
Dr. Fairoz, Siyedwa, we thank you so much for your time.